something y'all need to go ahead and get into. It's gonna be strictly music, engineering, raw mixes put together from a South Florida standpoint. You know what I'm saying? It's called 478 Rapido. You know what I'm saying? 478 Rapido. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little inebriated slightly. 478 Rapido. Y'all check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, like the channel is gonna be going up, you know what I'm saying? Just check out the channel, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Vayene Chalon Vistazo, you know what I'm saying? Vayene Chalon Vistazo, you know what I'm saying? 478, you did. Vayene Chalon Vistazo, did what I'm saying? It's gonna be going up. The channel called 478 Rapido, you know what I'm saying? Vayene Chalon Vistazo. 478 Rapido. Now, let me get into the conversation of what I'm about to pop. I had like some things I wanted to speak on, but I really got like something particular I really want to speak on. Once again, 478 Rapido, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak on this. Gonna be about one of my favorite new YouTubers. His name Poetic Flacco. Now, when I say favorite new, he's not new to YouTube. He's younger than me, but he's not new to YouTube. But he's new to me. I've been listening to fam about 3 months to 4 months strong, the whole summer pretty much. So maybe just a little bit before the summer. I never was like watch No Jumper. If you ask me about No Jumper just being a millennial, I would say simply, oh, that's the white dude who old lady got smashed out. Cause that's like the first time I heard of him when they were like, buddy finna let like a porn star smash his old lady. I was like, well, damn. That's some fly shit if he getting paid for it, cause this nigga's on some money making shit. But nigga, like, it's some extra fly shit because we know the male ego. Men can't take that, black or white. Especially me, my black self couldn't take that. So, Adam 22, and then I start, like, I don't peep like the little antics, you know, buddy who blew his hand off. He used to be on the show. Crip Mac done been on the show. 504 been on the show. Etc. But that's what I knew, but I didn't know nothing exclusive. But I had heard the name Poetic Flacco. So it was about something. I don't know what the hell it was about one day. But YouTube recommended Poetic. I didn't go looking for fam. They just recommended fam. I hadn't heard the name though. Bitch, I go check it out. I liked the presentation. I was like, bro, I got like some presentation to him. Like, fool really like come on with a presence. It's like what the teacher used to teach in school when you make an impact statement before you put your paragraphs together, creative thinking, creative writing, etc. It's like he had a stuttering problem. I acknowledge that, but I was like, damn, fam, like, you know what I'm saying? So I caught an ear to it. Now, there's been some, well, one other person in particular I can think of that I watched the channel that I was like, that I like their storytelling. But fool the fuck nigga, he do Aki shit. I won't get into it, so I won't even mention his name. But as we on the Flacco part, so I go to listen to fam. I go down the rabbit hole with fam on certain shit. Right? Now, this is what I'm gonna talk about. There's a video I supposed to take Poetic Flacco through there, and it got decent amount of likes, decent amount of views. Where you from? Bitch, I'm from the crib, fool. Let's see if you get that. I don't know where you from, but if you've been watching YouTube long enough, you're trying to study like geographical shit in as far as the culture in different regions in America, you should be able to tell me where I'm from. Now, don't ask me my favorite color. You just ask me where I'm from. So peep the plate, check my lingo, dig my lingo, and then be like, dissect where I'm from. I'm a quiz you because you seem like you're inquisitive and you want to learn, right? So since you want to learn where I'm from, check the dialogue, did how I present myself, whether it be my cadence or the way I speak, and did the vernacular that I'm using, be it ghetto, Ebonics, or proper, and how I formulate it, and then you could probably dissect where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? This will help you in learning like American culture. That is cool. Back that up. So there's a point that I'm making about Poetic Flacco, simply to say, but he presents his material in a articulate way where you can follow along into the story. You don't really need the visual. You can just listen to what's being said and catch the story. He has been talking about it. Now I'm gonna get to the plot against him first before I speak on the whole thing. So there was a hit piece on Poetic Flacco, a journalist, and it's basically talk about he's anti-black. He is somewhat regarded as what they call a Tom. He's a sellout. He's a whatever the case may be. That's what the video is about. It speaks a part of it where it says that he is pandering to his new audience, which is pro-black audience. Now, from the time I heard Fam speak, he has been more emboldened. And listen, I gotta speak on every aspect, good and bad. I've been saying no matter what the subject is, it ain't even about black. Let's just say I'm a white guy and I got white issues. And let's just say I'm just don't like government overstep, like don't tread on me. You know how white folks got that little snake shit. Don't tread on me. Let's just say I was like, don't tread on me. And I've been screaming this don't tread on me for many years. Now all of a sudden there's somebody who panders to my feeling and my emotion. Don't tread on me. I don't want no government overreach. And now they're all of a sudden going viral. Every time I look up in my feed, there's this person saying, don't tread on me. And they share similar views. Well, in a way, you could say, well, damn, they like the spokesperson of this shit now. I mean, they're the moral. We got something in social construct in our lives. This cultural relevantism. We also got cultural moral leaders, and they lead the culture from a moral standpoint without just being religious. But you would say, well, this encompasses a lot of skills. You got to be able to articulate yourself. You got to be bright. You got to be quick on your feet to act and speak on rebuttals that a person might present to you in the chat. You got to be likable. That's the biggest thing. You got to be likable. People got to be able to grasp what you're saying, disagree with what you're saying, but they got to have a discernment what they understand. See, just because you understand something don't mean you go along with it. It just means you understand what's being presented to you. So this person has this likability and they build an audience. Now comes the question, is their integrity and their moral integrity? Is this something that's natural, or is this something presented by a marketing group? Because these days, people have big teams behind them. And I'm not going to read none of the comments right now because I'm so deep in my thoughts. It's like Inception. I'm so multi-layered inside my thoughts. If I get distracted, then I lose my whole point and the whole dialogue, and then all this is for naught. The point that I'm making is you start to ask yourself about a person. How does this person go from this to that? And it can go from natural growth, natural transition, but a person understands the audience. YouTube Studio gives you that advantage to say, okay, this is your audience, this is the demographic, whether it be black or white, what age demographic, et cetera, what region. And when you speak on a topic, now mind you, this is only to a degree. They control still what goes viral. Don't get that shit twisted. You could try to pander to the algorithm, but they still controls what they say, okay, we're going to put this, it's all code sourcing. So it's like, okay, this is the mathematical equation for this to go viral. It just needs to do this formula right here. So, and that formula might be popular. With that said, back to Poetic Flacco. Poetic Flacco, now they say it started with the Chud the Builder. You got to always watch what, see, sometimes common sense come into play. They say his numbers start increasing with pro-black audience since Chud the Builder. And in real time, I'm thinking, you got to know there's Chud the Builder advocates out here. And there's more hateful people, no matter what the situation is. There's more hateful people than there is loving people. There's more of an adversary than there is allies. It's always going to be like that in life, no matter what you at. So you got to understand that, okay, who put this out here? I'm following the math. I'm looking at it from a genuine standpoint, because it's like I said this, and I'm allude to a point that I was making earlier. When you've had that same mentality and you're looking for somebody that's light mind in thinking, and you've had the same mentality for 20 years, 10 years. And all of a sudden, it's this viral person who shares the same. You got to be very cautious how you approach it. How in the fuck I've been saying this same... I've been screaming, you know they say don't say fire inside of a fucking movie theater. I've been screaming fire for the last 10 fucking minutes. Hey, yo, look at this shit over here. Y'all don't see that shit? Let's call somebody to put it out. I've been so early to it, it could have got put out. But instead, you know how like the old movies got the big drapes hanging on the wall, and that shit very inflammatory. All of a sudden, the drapes done fucking caught on each side. And I've been screaming fucking Fife in this movie, crowded movie theater for 10 minutes. And then in the last fucking second where all the fucking entrances is about to be blocked, all of a sudden some random motherfucker scream fire, be like, oh shit, it's a fire. And you're like, yo, I've been saying this shit. You gotta watch in life, and this is just a parable. You gotta watch in life who get indoctrinated into the leadership roles. What's that shit authentic? In times in life, like, you know, American's favorite movie, and I never watched this movie, but I love the concept of the movie. Gladiator. This is a motherfucker that's overcoming the Pharaoh. Bitch, a Pharaoh is more powerful. You think about how powerful Trump has shown you, and I'm going to get off subject just a little bit. Trump has shown people, for better or for worse, and mainly for worse, but no matter what you say, he's shown you how powerful a president can be. And I totally understand. The only thing I agree with Trump on is this one thing. It's not my fault no other president before me never showed you how dominant they could be. Plenty of motherfuckers did it. They showed in their own right. And if you want to know that, fucking the founding fathers owned slaves. They showed you how dominant the president was. Bitch, I'm going to own another human being while I tell y'all I'm the moral authority. Ain't that a motherfucker, bitch? That's demonstrating some mad power. That's why I'm always careful, no matter how horrible of a president Trump has been. And I voted for Trump this term because, like, they didn't give me a choice but to vote for fucking Trump. Like, who the fuck was he running against? I can't think of. I know who of, but I can't think of because she was just, like, the biggest. She had to fucking, respectfully, don't want to get canceled, but somebody had a hand up her dress and moving her fucking around. So, and just like they got a hand up his ass, let me not take away, they got a hand up Trump's ass. But at the time, he didn't appear as the hand was that deep in this shit. I didn't know the hand was up his spine and shit, where it could control, like, CNA and shit like that. I didn't know that. That bitch controlling a ton. You see, and let's talk a little anatomy real quick. You got the CNS, central nervous system. You got the SMS, somatic nervous system. And you got shit that's running autonomous nervous system. ANS. This shit, it just runs like the cerebellum and shit. You know what I'm saying? Your cerebellum is constantly taking in shit when you're not even knowing. It's your cerebellum is responsible for your breathing. If you had to think that I gotta breathe in, breathe out, you have been dead a long time ago, bitch. You got imagine that. Let's get our way off subject. I know I might not even make it to the point of return at this point. Can you imagine if people had the really fucking keep cognizant of breathing in and breathing out? You know how many motherfuckers would have been dead, bitch. You would not be able to have, you would hate a life where you had to really think about breathing in and breathing out. Think about that shit. Like, that'd be, somebody write a movie on that. Maybe I'd be the one to write a movie. I need to start getting started on that because I was a bitch looking to get a concept. But, bitch, you gotta fucking constantly think about, if you're not thinking about it, you die within like a minute, however much, or you get reminded that you got to think about it when you go short of breath. That would be a horrible life. Now, let me bring it back. Bitch got their hands up, this and that. Nigga vote for Trump. But no matter how bad Trump has been, he's been, listen, modern day, obviously Trump is the worst president. History is really, and Trump is fucking up there. That nigga is definitely Mount Rushmore for a different reason. But for him to be number one, the only thing he's missing, not to say he wouldn't love to be number one. I'm pretty sure he loved to be number one. Trump will have to literally own a slave, like in front of us, in his lifetime. I'm talking about like motherfucker getting whipped and killed and lynched on his fucking property in broad day for motherfuckers to see. This is a life that we didn't have privy to studying and learning due to that certain country influence. Y'all know who that fucking country is. We didn't have that preview of learning this shit in school. We had to learn about it through documentaries and movies and shit. But while we was thinking we was book smart in academia and shit, this country that ain't even in America that controls our politics was saying, no, bitch, you learn by Anne Frank. That's what you need to learn by. Anne Frank was in his goddamn roof while they got little great novels like Schindler's List. You read Schindler's List, you motherfucker. Don't you worry about like what the fuck. Once again, a hand so far up the ass who's controlling the law, which controlling the. I ain't taking no discretions at this point in my life. So at this point, bro, I tell y'all this to say, bro, you gotta know that the hand that controls everything. Let's get back to Flacco though. I don't get off subject. Let's get back to Flacco. The video was saying that Flacco is this bitch sellout. Let me just get to the meat and potatoes of this shit. I think Flacco is his generation. And yeah, he's African and obviously African is not of the understanding that FBA gonna be at any point. But you look at how many, first of all, look how many Africans moved to Atlanta and became a political fucking figure and either was corrupt like the white man who's always been corrupt into politics, but he learned the shit faster, at a faster rate than the black American. He learned the little shit. Look at the little Love and Hip Hop. Ain't that nigga that got played by Portia? Ain't that nigga like some kind of African or some shit? It's like, it's mad wealthy Africans that moved to America. I'm talking about like not FBA, not brought through the slave trade, nor being here native before the slave trade. I'm talking about like just got here African. The motherfuckers be able to benefit because we've been so in a system where we so street smart, and that's way better than being academic smart. And I'll tell you why. Because you able to break away. That's when they call it woke. Once you able to break away and say, man, it's some fuck shit, yeah. Like even T.I. said that shit in one of his songs. He got a song called Still Ain't Forgave Myself. That nigga said school. He said, mama, get up off this something and these canned goods. School just a white man game and it's ran good. Bitch, it is a hell of a white man game and it is hella ran good. And when you thinking I'm getting my child the best of education, you getting the best of this indoctrination, bitch. You think I'm best of education, no best of indoctrination. Who wrote the academia? Who get the structure of this shit on what they get to speak on and what they get to learn about? And like it's so funny because the most intelligent people be non-traditional academics because they was able to understand that I gotta go down this rabbit hole. I can't go what was taught. It's new motherfuckers on Facebook. It's always these Africans too, and which don't surprise me because they stole algebra. They had a whole civilization like in Africa called algebraic or some shit. That's where the word algebra comes from. Anyway, so fucking these motherfuckers been presenting these problems. So when I'm looking at Facebook these days, think about when I came up when I could have really used this shit, college days, high school days, middle school days. Now all of a sudden you look on Facebook, a bitch showing you how to do division without even fucking goddamn carrying the next number. You like, well, goddamn, bitch, they always taught us to carry the next number. Motherfucker got so many tricks to this shit, but we only knew what we was being taught through the subject text matter. We didn't understand like a world where people was like, no, look who wrote that shit. Look who the authors of that shit. They only gonna show you what they want to show you. Bitch ain't gonna never give you their full hand. So you just gotta learn it. That's the last great thing about social media before they fully restrict this shit. Because even YouTube is highly restricted from what it used to be. Some of the greatest knowledge I ever thought in my life, and this is the only time I ever say this shit, I learned on YouTube. That's a statement you can't really make these days. But back in the days when YouTube was like, I guess the cowboy days, and anybody can post any academia shit that didn't get canceled or offended or restricted or whatever, blocked in certain nations. Bitch, those were the days I was impressing women, beautiful women that we would sit. It wasn't on Netflix back in those days. Bitch, it's only YouTube, bitch. I'm finna show you some shit on YouTube, gonna blow your mind, baby. And so, with that said, dog, back to the Poetic Flacco shit. And I just make it the rest of the shit all about Poetic Flacco. I'm gonna go at 30 minutes, so I'm gonna get 10 minutes on the shit. Jit is just, if he's a victim of anything, if he's guilty of anything, he's guilty of his generation. Black, FBA, or non-FBA, but just black. He's indoctrinated through this white man teaching. He grew up in a better situation than FBA people inside of America. So you're only a product of your environment. Everybody is a product of their environment, like it or not. You cannot say you grew up around nothing but millionaires, but you just totally understand poverty because you're you're a product of your environment. You only know that when you went places, everybody paid for themselves or everybody paid for the group, and nobody never complained about it, and the money was abundant. That's what you know. It's nothing to feel guilty about. You just gotta accept that fact. You can't go one day. That's why these politicians be out of touch, because you can't go one day amongst poor people and say, "Oh, don't even get me to this Keisha Lance Bottom Rick Jackson shit." Cause I've been holding off on doing it, but I just think it'll be the dopest personal content. Cause I know it ain't gonna go viral due to the kind of answers that get played by, like I said, algorithms, quote unquote algorithm. But I want to do this shit with Rick Jackson. I ain't gonna really even fully go into detail, but that shit is an SNL skit written all over it. When I look at his commercials and I hear his story, I'm from the projects. Bitch, my mom was an alcoholic, bitch. I had 7, 9 baby, stepdaddies. Bitch, fuck nigga, where is you from? Opalaka, shit. Like, nigga, fuck nigga from, dog, don't, Rick Jackson might well come out for the rest of this goddamn campaign with a 305 hat on and say he from the struggle. He might well say, bitch, he come out with a 954 Bryan County, Florida Panther hat on, bitch. Nigga might well claim he from 2000 block, 2100, 2200, 1700. Like, nigga might well say he out off the ugly, bitch, nigga off the ugly corner, bitch, for real. Like, nigga, like, Jit might well say, bitch, he from goddamn Hollandale, bitch, like, for real. So it's just, it's funny though. So as far as the Poetic Flacco shit, man, the point I was gonna make is, I think Lil Bruh is a solid kid. I think Lil Bruh is a great entertainer. One thing I learned in this life, dog, crackers still is the one in charge. They still is selecting. That's what you gotta know in anything in this life and business as far as money concerned. You can have a network of niggas making money and this and that, and then enough niggas making money together. Bitch, the crack gonna try to put a RICO, no matter how legit you niggas is, black on Wall Street, Tulsa type shit. But regardless, you gotta know in the big realm and grand scheme of things that they call it, well, I don't know the name of it, but even me being a black, knowing all I know, saying all I just said, if I'm looking at it from an executive standpoint and my job is on the line and there's money to be made on the line, nigga, I'm looking at a Poetic Flacco is extremely marketable. This is a guy that, even without the actual vocabulary, his accent itself is non-threatening. It's very non-threatening. The way he presents himself is carefree, not necessarily subjective. He might put himself in the shoes of that person, the victim or whatever, and speak on that behalf. But it's not something that white people gonna feel like, man, they're trying to start an uprising. It's so innocent the way Poetic Flacco present his material. Is extremely innocent. It's like let's mention like academics real quick. Academics is like a really Americanized Jamaican nigga. I speak on Jamaicans at another time and date. But fucking academics is extremely Americanized. He's funny as fuck because he's Americanized in that New York type of shit. But he doesn't come across as sincere as Poetic Flacco. Like, you can believe he has an agenda behind what he's saying. That's the only difference, but it's a bit different. Fucking when Poetic speak, his name is really befitting. Poetic. It's fucking elegant. It's like, look at this fucking non-threatening, respectfully, like, look at this fat nerd. And when somebody say he paid $2,500 for the box, I'm happy when it got some box. Like, I wouldn't. Most niggas you hold that type of shit against a nigga like me. If I go pay $2,500 for the box, you supposed to say, fuck nigga, I thought you were that nigga for real. You be popping it like you that nigga. You gotta, if I pay $250 for the box, bitch, if I pay $200 for the box, if we just gonna be honest, bitch, if I pay $150 for the box, if we're gonna be super honest. Don't let me go cheapen myself even more. $150 for the bitch that, you know what I'm saying? If I pay, let's put it like this, in these days and growing up in the ghetto, even though I've been a fool in life, I'll tell that story another time. But nigga paying $150 for the box, guess what? I've overpaid this woman by $120, bitch. That part, bitch, you do the math, bitch. We just talking about math. Bottom line there, Poetic Flacco, innocent, jit, cool as shit. I ain't taking no Poetic slander at this point. Not at this point. He said some shit. He has said some shit. But everybody can be misspoken. Like now, I think the fact, like, once again, perfect example. They got him on this video saying big, wide nose, pink lip. That's all they got him saying. They keep reiterating the wide nose, pink lip. That's his thing because that's who he grew up around. He's not a Tatum or fucking them twins, the Hodge twins. And I listen to the Hodge twins. Them niggas got nigga in them. Yeah, they got a lot of, they got probably more fuck nigga than they got nigga, but they still got nigga in them. And when niggas is fed up and they don't know how to deal with it, it's called misplaced hate. So everybody is subject and can be a potential victim for a degree in time. Some people shake it, some people able to never become of that. But misplaced hate is you grew up, mind you, you're not from here. You don't have that natural fucking knowing of discernment in you. Your people bust their ass. They knew to come into America, period. Trump or not Trump as president, they was gonna have to come with an advantage coming from a place like Africa. Your ass come from some fucking shit in East Europe or some shit, West Europe. Bitch, you might well be a white man, been here for 40 years. Bitch, you get the same benefits. But these Africans who came of earlier times, they knew, bitch, no, nigga, I'm not these American niggas. Now, they fucked up, too, because they used to feel some kind of way like, oh, these American niggas is just wasting opportunity, not understanding what it is to be an FBA, not understanding, bitch, that was my grandmama got whooped, bitch. That was my, even after the whooping days of the slavery, you go to these white folks' fucking houses, got to clean their shit up. You still technically in slavery, bitch. You have, that's the only job market. Nigga, my grandma grew up doing that shit. Her whole job was fucking cleaning white people's houses. Like it wasn't ain't no fucking Indeed.com, ain't no fucking Craigslist, ain't no fucking Snagger job, Hot Job, or any other fuck career builder. None of that fuck shit, bitch. You go work at Miss Mary fucking house and you clean her shit up and you raise her goddamn shitty kids. This is what the fuck you doing. You hope her husband don't try to come on to you or you gotta fuck him or he fire your ass. That part. So fucking goddamn, this is a life and something that grew up and being taught through the grandmothers who fucked the men and then raised the children. The Africans lack that shit. So they was just like, man, nigga, y'all niggas don't want to work. They don't understand the, bitch, you fuck niggas never came and rescued us. That's the first thing. If they stole, listen, if a bitch come steal something from me and I can catch they tag or identifiable way to trace they at, fuck nigga, I'm on your ass till the fucking devil come to God. When they say Jesus coming back, bitch, whenever he come back, that's when I'm not on your ass. Until then, I'm on your ass until then. And when I, either way, that's how life works. You bitches never got on nobody ass. They stole us off y'all property. You come when we done fought for our own freedom, bitch. Don't never let a bitch think that. Cause that's what history will teach you too, due to that other country in cahoots with other Zionists and shit. But motherfucker will teach your ass say, oh well, you know, the Abraham freed the slaves. Niggas was tired of that shit. Niggas was like, man, fuck this shit. It's gonna always be a me. It was a more me's then, put it like that. Motherfucker like, hey man, check this out, man. Hey boy. Only the strongest nigga get to fuck that hoe in the shed. The other black slave hoe. Only the strongest nigga get to do that. And only the houseiest nigga get to fuck a bitch if he kiss your ass. And I ain't willing to be the strongest nigga because I can't be the strongest nigga. Nigga 6'5", 280, boss, I'm 5'6", 5'6", 150, 160. I can't do it that nigga physically. I work this nigga. But for what, bitch? For what? Your hoe wanna suck my dick, boss. If we're gonna be honest with it. But I'm under you. I'm a, what you call it? I'm a subordinate. So, hey, ball, check it out. This how we gonna do this, ball. I'm tired of this shit, cut. What's up? What we doing? Matter of fact, I can't tell you about this. I just gotta spring this shit up on you. And them niggas sprung that shit up in mass numbers, overcame slavery. And so then they find new slaves. They find them Byron Donaldson. What's that nigga running for governor? That Jamaican nigga. This is what I'm telling you. That's a story for another day to talk about how they take the foreigner blacks and make them they token niggas these days. That's why they got so many British actors, because they don't want FBA, because they understand we never giving you niggas reparations. Just understand this shit. I just want to channel some shit like when a bitch do a seance and a spirit come over them. I want to channel a white man to you right now real quick. And God forbid somebody, that's why I say you can't get mad at a Puerto Flaco. I think we all take channeling of how white people opinions. He might have been speaking on how white people feel. He might even slightly agree. That was his fucking era of fuck nigga. But we'll accept him because I don't really think he just doing it for the numbers. Because guess what? Those numbers can work against you. But I also say watch who get raised, because you gotta understand he gotta be Poetic Flacco gotta be aware that there's white people who would love for him to hush niggas that really feel that way. And not just speaking for numbers, but niggas who would die about that cause. And if I could get a docile person that I can control to hush these niggas who really die about it, who I can't hush, why not? Makes sense. That's why they got closed elections. Because closed elections is to ensure that the other side don't go voting for who they feel is the easier candidate to defeat in the primaries. That's why they close off elections. So motherfucker can't manipulate like, oh, that's the weaker candidate. Let's nominate this person. But they do that shit in real life, where they nominate somebody to be the head R&B singer, the head rapper, the head somebody they control. Is any motherfucker that's known as a champion or a leader really the head, or is they a motherfucker that was elected and accepted? I think that's why we try to gravitate to sports, because sports was the last thing we felt that couldn't be bought out and manipulated. But now, bitch, anything that's a champion or whatever, you got to look at it carefully. Especially, well, in sports, that'll be the last thing, but you still got to look at it carefully. But in real life, anybody that's selected and elected, why they elected you? You ain't nobody gonna tell me, bitch, I don't give a fuck how long your laundry list of accomplishments is. Fucking why did they select you? So, anyway, let me read some of these comments. And then I start my second stream. Man, 478 Rapido. Y'all did that, man. Anyway. I like to not subscribe back that Calabasas kids. Oh Lord. Lord, oh bitch, y'all finna have me out there in Calabasas where Kobe was at. Bitch, I'm finna be on the TMZ bus, twerking on hoes and shit. Nigga, bit did. You know what's so funny? Before I go through this shit, man, my only California experience was wild as shit. Not even wild as shit, but it was just like super unique. When I got to Cali and I seen all of it, listen, Cali fucked me up mentally when I first got there. Two things Cali taught me in the one time that I've been to that state. It was like it was the first time I've been out the country. I'm gonna just be honest. When I went to California, it was the first time I ever left outside of the United States of America. That's the only, I ain't never been to another country other than California. Don't let a bitch trick you and talk about California is a state. California is a country. And Florida, we deserve to have some shit like that. Some designation as another country because we really are too. But California is definitely not part of the 50 states. I ain't never seen nowhere in my life that everywhere. Two things. Not only everywhere do you see a flag, but everywhere you see an American flag, you see a California state flag. You can't see an American flag without it. You're going to see plenty California flags without an American flag, but what you ain't going to see is an American flag absent of a California flag. That was back in the days that I went to Cali. And I was like, what the fuck? Then the other cool part, which is a non-element, is, and maybe it just was the valley because I was in the valley, but when them women step out, bruh, them pussy hoes step out like they going to a concert. Them bitch step out like they got the best interview. Bitch, these hoes out like they interviewing with L'Oreal or some shit. Like, bitch, they just fucking mad, got their shit together. Well, look at these Cali hoes. All the black women in the valley. That's all I gotta make sure I specify that shit, because I was calling it Cali back in the day. In the valley, all them pussy hoes is rocking with they, well, and I'm talking about way back when. Bitch, I posted, maybe I'll find that picture and post that with this video. I was in like a GT SS Camaro when this shit came out, whatever SS Camaro. Bottom line, in the valley, they rock their real hair. So I was so spoiled. I like, when I get back to Florida, I'm not fucking with no Florida weed. I was like, I'm over the weed shit. Probably would help the drinking pick up. Because it was like, no fucking no. You will never cheat me in life again, bitch. I had to hit some shit in Arizona, which was stupid raw. Better than the Cali shit. I had to hit some shit in Cali. Stupid good. I was fried on both. I was like, bitch, you can't sell me no weed in Florida. I knew way back then, and this is at least 2014. I knew back then, I'm over the bonnets. I'm over the bonnets. I don't want no bonnets. I'm talking about like for dating and shit. Like, I don't want no bonnets. Drop the bonnet. Drop the bonnet. I didn't see one bonnet cap in the valley. I'm talking about just black women. And there was some beautiful Mexican women. And all the Mexican women was with black niggas. And all the damn black women was with Mexican dudes. I guess that's why they tighten their shit. Because them Mexican hoes, the Mexican women in California not like the Mexican women in Florida. We get the mommies. Shout out to Guatemala. Bitch, shout out to Guatemala. Bitch, shout out to Ecuador, bitch. Bitch, shout out to I'm not Yugoslavia, but El Salvador. But bitch, we get the mommies in South Florida. Bitch, that under two at least, bitch, from the trenches, bitch. Like, bitch, the trenches. So it's like, all in all, we get the mommies. Cali got the, like, somebody put that shit into me one time. They were like, they got the essays. I'm like, what's the difference between an amigo and an essay? Bitch, it's a bit difference. It's about a 5-inch height difference, 40, 50, 60 pound weight difference, and a complexion difference. But the bottom line is, dog, Cali taught me like the hoes had standards when they stepped out, bitch. Like it's a it taught me that not only is about the women had standards when they stepped out, the state itself was on picture like a Miami. It's like Miami on steroids. Miami niggas for the longest have always been outside, and Duval niggas too. I say Duval too, and Miami one only because I know of my personal life of living. But Miami niggas is number one in local pride. Them no, them fuck niggas live they hard out. 305, bitch, 305, fuck nigga, 305. Niggas don't even know like that. How you can tell a bitch that ain't from Miami when they be pump faking? Cause they'll tell you they from Miami. And you be like, oh, you ain't from the crib. I ain't even from the crib. I'm from the crib, but my crib is different. But point is, fucking a bitch say they from Miami, you're not from Miami. Cause a bitch ain't never been in history. A bitch from Miami say they from Miami. They say they from Dade County. That's just a fact. And the motherfucker not gonna sound from Miami. No, bitch, you gonna sound from Dade County. 305. You gonna it's like those two words coincide with each other. Dade County 305. Dade County 305. But bitch, I'm from Lauderdale, bitch, 954 jit. Like we as time got progressed and we got older, we started saying Broward County. We was like, bitch, I'm from Broward County. We was but we was never concerned about like the shit that was going on in the day. We was aware of it. You can't help but be aware of it. It's the mother city of down there. But and everything else is a daughter or a sister or whatever. And so, but that's the big sister, Dade County, Miami. But so we was aware of it, but we was like on our own, like, bitch, we Broward, you know what I'm saying? And one thing you learn coming up in Broward, Fort Lauderdale has always been popular to white people. Fort Lauderdale ain't now it's more of a national thing due to Kodak and Triple X and shit like that, to Tentacion and a couple other motherfuckers that might be from around the way. But for the main part, it's like, oh, bitch, that's Lauderdale nigga was in Revenge of the Nerds, bitch. Like those classic cult films to white people. And they had some shit called Meatballs too back in the days and all that shit. But bottom line is, by that being put on the map, more people in Lauderdale always felt like, bitch, I'm from Lauderdale, like, and so you took that more of a pride. So it's a Miami first, Duval second. I say Broward and Palm Beach, you just call it a tie. Motherfuckers love where they from. And then 407 and Tampa, definitely, you could call it all a tie as far as for third place. As far as local pride and representing the crowd. So, all that said, fast forward, let's get back to the California shit. It's a lot of pride. So when Poetic Flacco people, his African folks, is touching down and they're giving this great education and great lifestyle amongst all these successful white people, fucking his reality is different from that kid upbringing who is from this prideful, localized, but pain enduring place. So if he speaks from an angle that is a little bit foreign, or if he misspeaks, you can hold it against him, but you can also give that degree of error to say that, hey, you didn't experience it from this angle. The way he been presenting himself, whether it be marketing or factual, Jit been present himself from an angle like it's forgivable. It's like, and the older I get, far be it from me to castrate or chastise anybody, whether it be in the. That's another thing I was thinking about the other day. I was like, I wish somebody could make a video, or not even a video, but I wish it was something in the Bible that talked about what success is. Because it's nothing in the Bible it's all these things that scare you and this and that in the Bible, but nothing in the Bible speaks of success. To understand your measurement of success is always going to be different from the next man's measurement. And to these youngins, they touching profound money without ever lifting a pinky. But and mind you, I don't got a TikTok. Maybe I'd make them TikTok tonight. But these motherfuckers go viral and so fast in different ways or whatever, where they measure their success as being better or this and that. But as long as you understand the mountain you had to climb in, the you understand the major lifting and the work and the struggle is behind you, that could be your success to them. Maybe they feel like the mountain is higher and the summit is higher that they can reach. So they feel like, fuck it, this is my level. But nevertheless, it's different measurements of success. So no person can ever tell you that you're not successful, because what do you define as success? If you're gonna tell me I'm not successful, let me bring you to the omega of this shit. Let me bring you to the beginning, my starting point. Can you reach that depth? Can you go that depth without what they call it, imploding? Because we like them billionaires that got killed in the goddamn submarine. If you want to know my starting point, we're gonna go a depth that you might implode. So be careful to try to know my journey. Just focus on the fact that now I'm above sea level. Now you can see me enough for you to try to target at me to go back down or stop my rise or whatever the case may be, or support my rise. So to a person like Poetic, and I end it like this. I'm very long-winded in regards to speaking. Um, I'm in support of JIT. I'm gonna be cognizant due to the video I seen and due to my normal mindset of who is this guy. He did come out of nowhere to me. I had heard his name, but it ain't gonna act like the work is not earned. It ain't really nowhere. It's definitely earned. But what is he doing so differently that allows the algorithm, and this is with anybody, to push him ahead of certain folks? Because I'm always in different social media platforms, and I don't like to have a bunch of social media platforms, but in certain platforms, I'm always finding somebody, and I'm like, damn, this bitch presented this story so great. This is a hell of a channel. And it's always tightening me up, like to be like, damn, I gotta be better in this. I gotta do better in this. I gotta. But what prompts a person to put this person in position? You gotta always be cognizant of that. With that said, man, love, I done scratched this bitch to 47 minutes. Don't know what good it does or don't, but let me see. Somebody done hit me up and say, come on, they be wildin', dog. You gotta laugh at this shit. Say, oh my God, stop the madness. Just take out, what the blood clot? Oh my God. And Megan J. Sandy. Shout out to that. That's a hell of a fake name, Megan J. Sandy. Hey, I'm out, man. Y'all take care, man. This shit is awesome. It's awesome in a crazy way.